Welcome to Black Love Matters, where this serves a therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
and finding Aaron, Brock, and Michelle,
or Jay-Z and Beyonce. Or how was y'all Easter weekend? How was your resurrection weekend, I should say? Nero?
Oh, you was talking to me? I thought you was asking the people.
Who was we talking? Give folks time to respond.
Yeah, I thought you was giving people time to respond.
It was a blessing, you know, reflective. Okay, well, who is you?
I'm Nero.
And I'm Nyambi.
And this is episode 320, y'all.
Hey.
Be sure to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating review on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher, and follow us on all forms of social media at Black Love Matters. Remember, that's Black with no K. Yep. What's going on?
I'm okay. This weekend was all right. I think we warned y'all that we had to do some grocery shopping. I wanted to do it during the week, but didn't get to it. Wanted to do it Thursday, didn't get to it. Wanted to do it Friday, didn't get to it. Saturday, didn't get to it. Sunday is resurrection, so it's a wrap. Anywho, y'all, me and Niram have been so privileged and so lucky that we have like a little, what you call like a boutique market? Like,
yeah, I want to call it a bodega.
Like, but it's an expensive bodega. It ain't like a bodega where you can go buy cash out. Mm-mm. Like, it's the bodega where you can get milk and all that stuff, but milk be like $5. Mm-hmm. And you just be like, Jesus, if I just drive 3 miles down the road, I can get 2 milks for $5.
And they got artesian orange juice machines.
Yeah, that type of market. So we're super lucky that we have that access to that. And usually there's never a line in there. Mm-hmm. But every 2 weeks, we like to go out to stock up. We have to, you know, so we don't have to spend $300 at the grocery store for some oxtails and the orange juice. So we was trying to go out, y'all. We was trying to go to Trader Joe's. The first Trader Joe's we went to, Niram, how long you say that wait was? About an hour and a half?
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
An hour and a half wait to even get in. And I just couldn't do it, y'all. So we went to the expensive grocery store down the hall, and I went early Saturday morning and just stocked up on some stuff. It's still some stuff I just couldn't get because one, they don't have it, or it's just too ridiculously high that I can't play with them on it. Mm-hmm. So how are y'all doing y'all grocery shopping? Because I was trying to do an every 2 week thing. And I'm on my 2 week re-up. And then I only go to the expensive store for like bread, eggs, like very clear cut things. Mm-hmm. But is there different ways to do it? Because everyone's like, oh, why don't you just do pickup? Ain't no pickup windows by us.
Sure ain't.
It ain't, is it? Like, I went on Whole Foods. I went on Safeway. I went on a lot of them. And all of them was like, bitch, we booked for 2 weeks. And meaning not the next available spot is 2 weeks. It's like we only have 2 week windows and all of them are gone. Check back in the day, I guess. I don't know, bitch. Like,
check back in May.
Yeah. So I'm like, but I have to go out to this grocery store. So I think we're gonna have to get. I don't know. Do you think it's gonna get worse out there, or you think we've hit kind of our plateau? Like this is just the norm. I'm hoping this is the norm and it don't get worse.
I think that's interesting. As far as what's going on, I think this is the new normal for now.
Okay. Like I just don't want it to get any worse. Like I don't want it to be 4-hour lines at the market. Or the market only open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Mm-hmm. Like I don't need to get to that point. But if I just need to shift my mental thought from, because at first we were waiting 15, 20 minutes to go in. If I just need to shift my mental schema to wait 90 minutes to go to the grocery store, I think in the next week I can get to that point. Mm. But I'm not sure. But now if I go, be ready to wait 90 minutes and they tell me it's 4 hours, I'm intermittent fasting.
Oh my God.
So I don't. Do you know what I'm saying, though, Naren? But if this is like kind of where we're going to be at, not that we're leveling out, but it's a point where you have to be kind of in the shit of it to get to the other side. Like, I'm hoping this is the shit.
The other thing is that,
you know,
you just got to go to the wealthier areas.
You think?
Yes. The wealthier areas ain't got no weights.
Really?
Yeah.
So you think the one out in MV is shorter than the one out here? Mm-hmm. That is true. Why do you think that is?
Because I just think about like population density when it comes to that. Like even like in poorer areas, like there's more people there compared to in wealthier areas. True. It's kind of not. So I even think about.
No, maybe we should go to Athens. They got spotters at the door.
Exactly.
Look,
so,
bitch, what y'all at our Trader Joe's for?
I even think about the Whole Foods in Palo Alto.
Yeah.
That bitch is probably empty.
Probably. Yeah.
No line, no nothing. And they stuck.
Yeah, compared to
a Safeway.
But I ain't even tried to get in Safeway low key. I'm just trying to get in Trader Joe's. Because I can't even imagine going and playing in Safeway right now. Could you? You have to go to Safeway by yourself. No. Ain't nobody playing in fucking Safeway. All them rolls. First of all, I don't even like to go to businesses that are too big. Because it's like, how do you clean this?
And also, I don't like to go to grocery stores that I don't know the layout of.
Because you'll be spinning in circles.
And be stuck.
Yeah. It don't know where nothing at.
So don't.
Honestly, that's why I'm leaning to go to the other Trader Joe's, because I feel like I know that layout better than the one down the street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so just send us good thoughts. If y'all got any tips or tricks, of course, we also have a Rona update. We'll go from there. Lastly, Easter weekend reflections. Y'all know I would say I was struggling at virtual church, but I did. I ended up going to a Good Friday virtual. Well, I didn't watch Good Friday in like real time. I watched the Good Friday service, and I went to actually 2 Easter services right from my bed, and it was blessed. I didn't get dressed up like I wanted to. I really didn't want to get dressed up, but I think in exchange for not getting dressed up for 1 services, I went to 2 services, and they were 2 completely different energies. So I went to my Silicon Valley church with my white pastor, and he delivered as always. He was clean when he down there.
Yeah, he was.
He was clean. Was that a beige seersucker?
That's like
Him
that.
and his whole ass family was bad. They was clean.
They were.
What you said? It was like what?
I was gonna say it's like President Barack Obama.
Yeah, it did. It looked like President Barack Obama beige suit with the white, and I don't know if he had a tie on. Did he have a tie?
No, Pastor Gary don't look like a guy who wear a
yeah,
tie.
I agree. He doesn't look like he wear ties either. So he had that, and then y'all know who else church I went to? My old church down in Massachusetts.
Oh.
I went and seen it. I was like, I was a little worried about them. Make sure they had it online too, to make sure they weren't gathering. Mm-hmm. But they had them a whole Facebook service.
Oh, was he in the church?
He was in, of course.
Oh.
Now compared to my Pastor Gary out here, he was on his looked like pottery bound couch with a YouTube background.
That is his YouTube studio.
Isn't it nice? And it's not like a fake background. It's just like whoever is either him or his wife has immaculate interior design sense.
Yes.
And sometimes I want to go in the comments and say that, but I don't think that's appropriate during church. Like Jesus, I think his wife Gina, where did you get that pillow from? Did you get that from Home Goods? Because it's nice. And near them see it now. They switch up the background every week.
Yeah.
Or I shouldn't say the back. Like they switch the pillows out.
We're switching up pillows.
And like the plants.
Flowers and shit.
It keeps it spicy. It's the little things in life. And then I listened to, like I said, my old church back in Mass. And honestly, it was a nice balance of what I needed. Like Silicon Valley Church kept me very focused on the practical and how do you move forward, and reminding me consistently of my privilege, but in the reminder of my privilege, truly grounding me in knowing the role that I need to play in it. So that was super helpful. And then I think the church back in Mass is just, it went back. It was like theory and practice, right? Like I think Silicon Valley provided like the actual practices. Like Gary was like, hey, don't cry for me, Argentina. Most likely, if you attend this church and you watching this live stream, you okay. But you know, it's a lot of folks who ain't okay. So what you doing about the ones who ain't okay, right? Like it was a lot of like, come on, now. Like that's why I like Pastor Gary. He's like, how do we use our privilege for the betterment of the good? That's how we show up to be Christ-like. That's how we show up to be, like that's how we shine for God, right? Like his thing is everyone got roles to play, and we can play the role we need to be played. This is not time to be bashful in your Christianity. And he was actually, Pastor Gary kind of threw down a little bit. He was talking about this thing about being during this time of COVID, not to be spiritually jet lagged, meaning that you're physically somewhere, but your mind is somewhere else. Right, like, so how do you make those things in integrity? So yes, you are watching your service. You are coming to Good Friday and you are reading these scriptures. You are doing this. But like, what actions are you taking behind that? Right? Like, how are you making sure those things are like, are you just going through the motions? Like, it's not enough just to be like, oh, I went to Good Friday. Oh, I listened to this. But like in these times and being a Christian, but what else? Right? Oh, I read the word. What you get from it? Like, how you going to apply it? Like, that's what he was really pushing. And he was like, and I understand sometimes you're in jet lag. And when you're in jet lag, you're just going through the motions, but you're not having any follow-up behind it, right? And he went to unpack it even more to say, when we're in spiritual jet lag, you're no longer connected to the source, and you're just practicing religion. So he said religion is the practice of just doing the things, right? But when you have the spiritual connection, it's all those things that's coming together. So it was something to think about. And, sometimes I appreciate Pastor Gary, but sometimes I don't always be thinking, like I take his message down. I'm like, oh, that was nice, but I really don't come back to it. But this Resurrection Sunday, when he's talking about being spiritually jet lagged, he was onto something. He also went a little road to me. Folks be on the cross and he came. He only touched on that for like 90 seconds. He was like, he is risen. All right, spiritual jet lag. Like, so that was new for me too. Because in the black church,
They gonna tell you
when
the
it's
story.
he is risen, he tell you that we start from the beginning.
Can we pause because let's just pause
Pastor
that
Gary
for a
didn't
second.
do that.
Nyambi gave Mabel a Easter sermon before she gave Mabel a steak bone.
Mm-hmm. It was her Easter basket. We got a baby too. She can't have an Easter basket, so she got an Easter steak bone. We got steak earlier this week, and we say the bone for her. So she got another reason for the season.
I should have recorded
it. Ain't bunnies and eggs.
Mabel, this is your Easter basket, but you should know that this is not about bunnies or eggs or steak bones. I said, what? Mabel like, I don't give a fuck what you said.
She was like salivating. She was like hanging on every word I said. You don't think the spirit touched her?
Give me that steak bone.
I just tell her for the reason for the season.
That's why she quiet now.
Exactly. Y'all need to be doing the same for your children. See, I ain't about stealing joy from kids. I do think kids should get Easter baskets and do the egg hunts and all that. But you need to have, if you believe it, right? If you need to have space and time to be like, now wait a minute. I know we done did an egg hunt and all this, and this is great. But do you understand the reason for the season and how important it is to like your spiritual practice? And like, I think that's important. You should tell kids. And of course, at each age, it gets slightly different and you'll get slightly more in detail, but they should be aware. But I think both realities can hold true. You can have kids do Easter baskets and hunts and still believe in the Lord. Like that's not in, what's it called? Tension to me. That's not in contradiction to me. Mm-hmm. You know, I know some of y'all holy rollers think it is, but I don't. Let children be children. But that was it. Oh, and I was talking about my church and mass, and it was just more. It was definitely a Black Resurrection Sunday message. I appreciate. I expect nothing more or less, but it was just good to just hear a Black man, Black people in the pulpit. It's just been a while since being out in Silicon Valley, so I just appreciate.
What's the praise
energy.
team there?
No, thank you. No. I should have turned to Greater Grace in Detroit. I heard they was on Fox News, y'all. My mama could tell me Greater Grace done took over the television. I said Greater Grace took over Fox too. Said how Bishop Ellis get that deal? You know, sometimes I know Detroit folks listening. Sometimes Bishop Ellis be a little boring, but he on Fox too, honey. You better save a soul. Child, I saved a soul at work this week.
Oh, what you say?
They were asking what we doing, and they were talking about things. And, you know, I had to bring up, you know, I ain't a modest Christian. I was like, well, it's Easter weekend, and I'm going to do a Good Friday service and some quiet meditation on Saturday, and hopefully have a nice, joyous service of reflection on Sunday, and just be with family and Zoom and all that. And, you know, let me know if anybody want to join in. You know, that's my plans. You know, I be shaking it up. Because you know, Silicon Valley be like this. And then right after that, one of my coworkers sent me a message like, can you send me the link to the Good Friday and service on Sunday? It's been a long time since I've been to church. I'm like, you better get connected to the source. So I saved a soul. It is one. After I said that's one more name in the book, Lord, for the army. But it was like such a random person to do it. Like, that it almost took me off guard because it was like late Friday. It was like, are you there? I was like, yeah, what's up? What you need? Could you send me the link? Like, and it felt like, it was a message, but it felt like a whisper. Could you send me the link? And my mom was cracking up. My mom was like, it's unprecedented time, honey. You got to get connected to something. Mm-hmm. You better get to, what they say, when you're scared, you call your mom and the Lord, honey. If you have a good relationship with any of them, you call them. Mama, no. Jesus.
And now it's the time to call them.
It won't hurt to go to an hour and a half Friday service. If you like it, don't. But so I one name added to the Army, Lord.
Okay. So mote it be.
So mote it be. Liam got out of church service this Sunday because I was watching it in bed.
That's a win.
Because I sure was gonna have him. I was gonna put Mabel on the dress. I had in my head I was gonna do so much. Because honestly, I didn't want to cook. Niram was close to having a butter sandwich with some salt on top for Easter dinner. But something in my soul told me that no, Nyams, don't get sucked into that couch. Don't get sucked into that anxiety and depression. Make some food.
Speaking about Naomi's anxiety and depression, we can go on to my.
Did you say oppression? Which one? Because I get that too.
Depression.
Oh, okay, depression.
I'm just tired of COVID. And one of the reasons I'm tired of COVID right now is because of Naomi's psychosomatic issues, symptoms she be having.
Listen, I report up and out. I talk to Nero, my mama, or Nia. I'm like, I ain't feeling well. They be like, jeez. My mom don't even respond to me no more. She just be like, the first time she's like, oh my God, rest, get some water, vitamin C. Now she be like, oh, okay. She be like, call me if you gotta go to the hospital.
Naomi went grocery shopping. She come back, Nero.
I think I got it.
I think I got a fever.
I think I was, the house was hot. I don't know what was happening.
I think I got it.
I think I got it.
And I think it's because I went to the self-checkout today.
Because the line was so fucking long.
I knew I shouldn't have went through self-checkout, but I did, Nero. I'm sorry if I gave it to you or Mabel. And I'm like, Naomi, please. First of all, if you got it today, we won't know until 2 weeks.
We won't know until May.
So whatever symptoms you got had to do something from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess I don't feel hot anymore. Child, y'all don't know. I was taking my temperature every hour.
And
I was keeping track of it. I had my temperature was at 98.6. Then it went to 98.8. I said, I'm in a low grade fever right now. This is the beginning. Like, I was ready to come on this podcast. I was about to give y'all the insight to the COVID. And then, like, I laid down. I told them, I said, I'm laying down. I could still taste because I was eating some hot Cheetos. I opened up the window, got some breeze. And then I was like, I'm cold and I'm hot near.
I'm cold
Third
and I'm
symptom.
hot. I'm cold and hot near. I said, because you're sitting by a damn window.
And you got a down comforter.
You got a heavy ass comforter on. And you wearing a sweater. What you expect? I'm getting chills. No, that's just the wind going under your comforter, making you cold.
Until I didn't really believe I was healed. So I took my temperature and it like dropped down to 97.9. I said, oh, I think I'm a little cold.
Nero, I just want to let you know that I've been taking Tylenol. I've been taking my my temperature because I think I got it from this self-checkout. And I'm like, you can't show symptoms the same day.
And I just knew in my heart.
I feel a lot better now.
What you say?
You don't get the fuck
How
off.
many people you think out there with some psychosomatic
A lot
symptoms?
of people.
It felt real, y'all. And I am
thing,
well educated.
You know, anxiety give you like harder breathing too, give you chest palpitations. So you don't know if it's anxiety or whatever. And then the other thing with fucking Nayambi is that every day it's like, well, this is the day I got it. This is the day I show symptoms.
I said, is it today? Like every morning I wake up in bed, I like sit there and like take like what's it called? Inventory of my whole body. I start at the top of my head. I'm like, no headaches. Open my eyes. I can see. I can taste. I like stretch my hand. I literally pulse in my body.
Look,
am I hot?
I can take a deep breath.
No heart breathing.
Niram, I think today is the day. What? No. Just know I'm ready. What? You don't go somewhere?
You gotta be mentally strong too.
You don't go somewhere? I said the mind is a terrible thing to waste. You over here. I went to the self-checkout.
I couldn't wait in that line, y'all. The line was so long. Do you know what a line was long? Because people was buying alcohol. Mm-hmm. And everybody like had lined up, had like boxes of beer and wine. And I'm like, I got real groceries, y'all. I don't want to go to self-checkout because I got $200 worth of shit. And they made me do it. And I was the only one self-checkout playing. And the guy was there. He just came there and started talking to me. He said, I'm so glad you came over. I'm like, yeah, this is probably ground zero. He was like, can I help you bag? I said, don't bag. I got it. Just pile it up on here. Mm-hmm. And I put it in my own little bag. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's going on. But other than that, yeah, like COVID is starting, say mentally, just getting a little, I don't even know what's the word. I don't even know what's the word I'm looking for.
What?
Like just how COVID is just wearing. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, it's just one of those things where it's like, all right, I gotta get my second breath of air.
Yeah.
And so I can keep moving. So, you know, working on a few things, working on some projects and things of that sort. So that's more or less what I'm up to.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, since we on COVID, you want to see if any COVID updates going on?
Yeah, what's going on?
What is it? You niggas got to stay at home. Okay, can we have a conversation?
Mm-hmm.
I know blacks. We only 3% of the population, but we 90% of cases. I don't know what's happening.
God damn.
No, I'm making that stat up, but it's high. It's something egregious like that. And I want to acknowledge there are systems at play. So mistrust in hospital systems, racist, all those things at play. But what I'm going to say, black people, is y'all got to stay in the house. We doing a lot of Negro shit, and we have to stop it. Even some of my favorite YouTubers and stuff.
Yeah, they got it.
They done not only got it, but 3 days earlier, they done had like podcasts and guests and people over their house and shit. Mm-hmm. And then they be like, I don't know how I done got it. nigga, you can't have people if they do not live with you. If they don't go to bed, wake up with you, they can't be over. Even if no, like, and so I don't know what's going on. It's a lack of connection. I even told my mom today because they got a family who could. She's like, oh, yeah, so-and-so gonna pick up a plate. No, ain't no plate picking ups. You leave the plate on the couch. I mean, on the step. Preferably the driveway. And do it in a plastic bag so they can then spray the plastic bag, then take their food and put it in the microwave. So I just don't know what's getting. And then also, you know, I be shady because you'll know y'all be shady to us because we got degrees like thermometers. Some of the folks, you know, folks like, oh, you got all that education and we doing the same. True. But I also got all this education. I know how diseases spread. And some of you niggas don't know that.
Look, I didn't took an epidemiology class in my life or two.
Because some of the things I done heard black folks say, oh yeah, if you get it in your throat, or if you feel like you inhaled it, just get you a hot pot of steam and then inhale the steam. Wait a minute.
No, my favorite one is apple cider vinegar.
And the thing is, that might help with some symptoms, but that ain't gonna cure it.
You take a capsule.
All you gotta do is just drink tea every day and you good. No.
Lemon. You gotta make sure you have that lemon in it.
Don't get me wrong. Tea and lemon is a beautiful thing for your overall immune system and your well-being, but that is not gonna stop Miss Rona from coming to play in your DNA. That is not gonna stop Miss Rona at all.
I'm sure it's not.
And like those are the little things I'm hearing by our community. Don't get me wrong, we have these prescriptive things that I think can help with the symptoms, that can help you be stronger, right? To put you in a better place. But what I've been hearing, y'all, is a lot of niggas like, oh, if you just do this, you good.
Well, you know, niggas do that anyway.
And that was, I'm like, wait a minute.
Niggas do that anyway.
Do that and you good. That is something you should just be in your daily life in building a healthy immune system. Yes, I agree with that statement.
I can make a running list of all the things that niggas be trying to get away.
What?
Pray away diabetes.
You can't pray away.
Pray away hypertension. Yeah. HIV.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Niggas be trying to pray away the gay. They be trying to do all this
prayer
shit.
is in my prescriptions, right? Like, so prayer is something I'm constantly doing. But what happens is when that prayer without action, it's just all lost. It's just foolish. It don't make no sense. They did it in the Clark sister movies. When Mama Hattie was like, child, I done talk with the Lord and I done prayed it away as she was eating a pork rind. Wait. And I know Mama Hattie had a personal relationship with the Lord, as do I. But my conversation with the Lord be like, nah, you can't do that. You can come to me. I can give you comfort. I can help you with your will and the focus and grounding. But you can't eat them snacks. Because the Lord give you a choice, free will. Mm-hmm. See the difference? So I just been noticing some of that in the community. And I just want to be upfront. And of course, I never say this amongst the colonizers. Y'all know I won't. You know I'll talk about colonists. You know I talk about anything but us. But when it's just us, I got to tell us the damn truth.
Well, and what's the truth, Naomi?
What's the
truth?
Stay at home. Apple cider vinegar and tea don't heal at all. It is good for a healthy immune system, but that is not the vaccination.
You got to make sure you got a mother in it. It's the mother.
The mother is good, but that is not the vaccination for corona or Rona. The vid.
And then hemp seed oil.
Hemp seed oil is also good to put in your smoothies or your teas.
I don't even know if hemp seed oil is a real thing.
It is. Oh. But that is not the cure for what?
The Ronas.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying don't do of course do these things. It helps build your immune system, right? Do those things. But I've heard one too many people say, oh, I already done took my tea for the day. I can go outside. Eat a fuck in a minute. Did Fauci release some tea? Is it skinty tea? And that when it become a problem. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? What else you got about COVID in there?
No, I think it's hitting us hard. It's hitting the black community hard at a disproportionate way. Right. And it's just crazy, right? Like, I'm just looking at this, like in Chicago, recent report found that 70% of the people who died from COVID were black. Yeah. Even though the city population is only 30%.
It's so many to that, right? Don't get me wrong. A nice portion of that, 60+% of that is because of systematic oppression. Mm-hmm. But there's a small slice of that where it's like, well, shit, y'all can't be having baby shower. Like, because what's also in the statistics is saying that it's clumped in families.
Yes.
And like, that's the piece I want us to break up, right? It's not like, it ain't like one person you know, somebody in my family, somebody in Nia family. It's like families that are being taken out. And that's where I have the problem.
And that's what you see by your favorite YouTuber.
That's where I'm like, wait, the whole family took it out? That was somebody had that and they passed it to everybody. And I think that's the piece that I really want us to get. That's what we can control as a community.
Right.
The other stuff, no, y'all right. The white folks trying it. It is something that we got to be aware of. And that's why, because of the other stuff, that's why you got to take your teas and all that, right? To make you stronger. So if you do get sick, you have a stronger immune system. But some of this other shit, like, it shouldn't be in entire families. And that's the stuff I think we have a little bit more control over because we can social distance a little bit better. That's all.
Well, we do be having a lot of people in the house.
So do Asians and Latinos. Okay? Bring all the black people, bring all the brown people to the front of the congregation. But you don't hear about them, the Asians or the Latinos, having quinceañeras or Chinese New Year celebrations.
Nope.
Okay?
Yes. It's so much that's added at play.
Yes. So I'm just talking to my people because we got the direct connect to the community.
Yes.
Now y'all know I ain't gonna say this in front of the colonizers, but I'm saying this to us.
Stay your ass away from people.
Stop away from each other. I know it's me, my birthday. I know someone's so pregnant. I know it's Easter and you can't cook. I know. Stay the fuck away.
Please.
I ain't gonna say it no more.
You just bringing it into the house.
Yeah.
And you stay with 9 people.
You go to work, right? Like you already should be deep cleaning from work. Mm-hmm. That we're already at risk. Don't add another level of risk by exposing it to your whole family compared to even if you just keep it to the folks who live with. It's different.
Right.
What else? Zoom is dangerous. Y'all gonna learn about that Zoom, how they keep jumping in on niggas. And first of all, I'm not one to use Zoom. Zoom don't got no protections before. I'm sure it's update now. But Zoom, you could literally just type in codes and jump in on niggas. That one protected by email addresses.
You don't need an email
or
address.
Links. Like you should even say you want to open it up, you should have to have a link, not just some words.
You do. The thing is, all of the Zoom stuff links is the same until you get to that last 5 or 4 digits.
Niggas is
and if you can type in random digits, you can figure out.
You can just get into somebody.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Unless you ain't got it password protected.
Yeah.
Or have people in waiting rooms.
Yeah.
Like what they do with Google Meet. I think it's Google Meet.
Yeah.
Like you can have a waiting room, or you can, like, somebody has joined and you can admit them in.
Or not.
But or not. But initially Zoom don't have that.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be like the lowest barrier. Like,
just quick.
Here's the link.
Just join.
You on the computer, it'd be like download Zoom or download, and then voila, you on.
Zoom is dangerous. I mean, still do it, but make sure y'all do these settings.
Yes.
I don't know what to tell y'all.
Which is setting up a password.
Okay.
Like in the options, you can have it like password protected.
Cool.
As well as having a wait room.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's all my update. Mm-hmm. What you got?
In addition to that, like, have y'all heard about the COVID drinking game on Zoom? So for those of you who are still having Zoom parties and things of that sort, there's a drinking game.
Well, yeah, so y'all niggas don't go out. Tell them the drinking game. Now.
So you take one drink if every time somebody mentions coronavirus, every time someone starts the meeting with how you holding up, every time someone says sorry, I was on mute. You have a drink for every time zone represented. Every time someone talks over somebody when they speak, and whether or not a person's wearing pants. You take 2 drinks.
Yeah.
Every time someone joins a meeting with Spotify still on, or any type of music.
I didn't even pay attention to that. That's true. I probably do it.
2 drinks for everyone who uses a fake background.
That's whack. Can we talk about that? I'm not where do you even get a fake background from? How does that work? Yeah.
Well, they got the algorithms to see you as a person, and they put like a green screen behind you.
No.
And then 2 drinks for every time someone comments on that fake background.
Which would be Nyambi. Disney, what's going on over there?
3 drinks anytime someone relocates mid-meeting. Nyambi is good for this shit.
Yeah, I usually, but I'll close my screen. Like, I'll take the visual off.
And 3 drinks anytime someone has a laptop sitting on their body part and it moves constantly.
Give grace. Y'all
and then here 4 drinks.
4 drinks.
Every time a pet, child, significant other,
shit,
roommate
Mabel.
interrupts you in some way.
Do I interrupt you a lot, Nero?
Yes,
Me
you
and
do.
Mabel, how me and Mabel be interrupting you?
Mabel always barking. So I'll be wasted. The only reason she ain't barking now is because
She got a bone.
She got her Easter bone.
Is that what we need to always just have a little beat? She got her Easter bone.
Mm-hmm.
She quiet, grace of the Lord.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all take care. And if there's other ways that y'all are social distancing, keeping it fun, just let us know.
Okay.
Perfect.
Do you want to talk about Clark sisters or what else? Anything else you want to talk about?
Of course, I want to talk about the damn Clark sisters. Should we first talk about Little Fires Everywhere and then close out with the Clark sisters?
Sure, why not?
So we watched Little Fires Everywhere. Y'all know that's on Hulu. That's with Kerry Washington, Reese Witherspoon. It's based on the book. I don't want to give none away. But what I want to talk about is just how brilliant black women are. Anika Noni Rose. I have to say it slow. Anika Noni Rose. Because when I say it quickly, the way you say Anika Noni Rose, it sounds like a song. Anika Noni Rose. Anika Noni Rose. Can we first just give her due diligence? She's a legend.
She is.
From Dreamgirls,
Caroline
on Broadway, The Frog Princess, and now Little Fires Everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you she acted the hell out of it, I guess this is episode 7. I don't know what it is. The fuck out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And she was so gracious. And just every time she opened her mouth, I believe she was really who this bitch was.
She played the fuck out of that artistic professor bag.
Oh my God, it was beautiful and brilliant. I don't even have comments on like the things that happened. I'm just talking about the actors.
Yes.
Then you got the girl from The Shy, Jerrica. Y'all remember? Oh, her name ain't Jerrica. It's Jerrica.
It's Jerrica.
Whatever. So Jerrica asked, that was what Jason Mitchell, they had their thing. They fell out. They ain't friends no more.
Whatever happened to that show?
The Shy, it's coming back in July.
Oh,
and I'm sure they had to rewrite everything.
I feel like we went 2 summers and 3 winters.
It came out. It's coming out this summer, but they had to rewrite because they wrote him and her out of it.
Oh,
so they were main characters. So
I'm sure was.
Lena said, "Guess what? Back to the table, honey, because we gonna write this." Because anyhow, Tiffany Boone, she played the shit out of baby Olivia Pope / Kerry Washington. She got to the point where she got Kerry Washington's mannerisms down.
That lip quivers,
and you know how Kerry be like looking with her eyes, and when she cries, she be like, and I just, she was copying that shit. She was copying that shit. How brilliant was it?
It was off the
second brilliant bitch in there. Nicole Bahari. I don't know how to say her name. Beharie. She was the black girl from Sleepy Hollow, the show that came on a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Sickening as wife who's looking for surrogate without the proper paperwork. Come on, sis. Does that? Gotta get paperwork if you get a surrogate. She was sick too. Like It was just all around. Like it was so much black girl magic on the screen. I think the episode is Uncanning.
Yes.
So even if you just watch Uncanning Little Fires, just to be immersed in black women magic and their beauty of acting, I would say do it. Niram just got into Little Fires Everywhere.
I did.
What would you say about it, Niram?
It is definitely an entertaining show, especially when you hopped up off coffee and you go to bed.
And you into it.
But you get into it. It's definitely good because it still got that good acting. It's almost, you get that you still get that good acting from our sister. Mm-hmm. That you still get it. So I think it's entertaining. It's definitely some good TV out there. And I would say this is definitely one of the ones you want to have on there.
Exactly. What you like about the storyline here? You like Reese Witherspoon playing the fuck out of it too. But I'm just here to focus on my girls.
I think the storyline, the way it's told, is in a captivating way. Mm-hmm. I personally believe, because you really still don't know like who's the bad guy or bad girl.
Yeah.
In this whole thing, so I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck is these little fires?
Yeah.
Is this literal?
I think it's both, literal and figuratively, right? I think about the little fires you have in your life, and isn't it always some bullshit going on? And like once you put out one, the other one pops open, right? But the thing is, if you let any of them little fires go out of control, your whole life will burn down.
Yeah.
But all it takes is one little fire to burn your entire life down.
So I think it's there. It's definitely something out. It's Niram approved.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna get into what I want to get into.
Yeah.
First of all, we're gonna have to make sure we keep this podcast appropriate because I need to watch Insecure.
Okay.
So we're gonna hopefully Issa delivers on Insecure. I'm gonna just leave that there.
Okay.
The Clark sisters, blessed and highly favored.
Mm-hmm.
The first ladies of gospel music was on Lifetime this past Saturday. It was 2 hours of brilliance. I'll do a high level and then we'll dive deeper. For you niggas who don't know, the Clark sisters are one of the most legendary women groups in music, period. But can we just talk about their influence and impact in gospel and the crossover that they had into secular music? And they've been doing this, I almost said shit, but you know, the Lord know my heart. From the late 60s all the way to like currently. And they've been unmatched. And what I really appreciated their story, who was at the helm was Miss Maddie, which was their mother, Maddie Moss Clark. And she was a bad bitty, right? Like she had gold records and she's been doing this thing. And the way she instilled it in her girls from the beginning to end was just brilliant. What I appreciated about the movie was, first of all, Lifetime. Mm-hmm. Not known for the quality of their programming, but more of the entertainment of their programming. So I knew it was going to be entertainment. Did I know was the quality going to be there? That was 50-50. Nope, the quality was there. It was on top of it. I now would like to submit to the Black congregation that Missy Elliott, Queen Latifah, and Mary J. Blige do all our biopics on any cable network. So there's no room for Ava. There's no room for Prentice. There's no room for Issa. Only those people I've named before.
Because they in a bag.
Because this was the bag.
Let's clarify that music biopics.
Yep, music biopics.
They in a bag.
They're in their bag. They did it. They came. They saw. They conquered. They shut it down. Second of all, I'm so appreciative of how transparent the Clark sisters were. I didn't know. I thought they was gonna come in here and brush some shit under the rug. Mm-hmm. I thought they was gonna come in here and hold hands with Denise to be like, "Oh, Denise just wanted to do a different life, and we support you. Be blessed. Walk free." Nope, they ain't did that. They told the truth. I thought they was gonna talk about when Karen, when people stupid talking about, is this when she had a lap band surgery? No, this ain't the lap band surgery. But Mama Karen was very sick. They was very transparent about that. Mm-hmm. Transparent about Twinkie getting into that mental institution. Transparent about Twinkie husband pushing Maddie Moss. Like, I just appreciate the transparency and the vulnerability and its power to that. Next, before I get deep into some of my highlights, I also appreciated the motherfucking fashions. Okay, Mabel about to kill herself. No more.
Back to the fashions.
I'm sorry. That was the bone hitting the mic. Mabel done choked herself. That's on there. And the fashions, preferably for Miss Maddie, not the girls. The girls ain't get it till they hit the 90s. Mm-hmm. They was real homely. But I suggest that's how you got to be in the Koji faith. But Mama Maddie was coming with glasses, with brooches, mm-hmm. with suits,
yep.
with hats that I think she got from the store in Hamtramck.
What store Hamtramck?
The hat store. I don't know the name of it.
It's always that.
No, it's always just them little hat store where they sell them church outfits and they sell the church hats. I never know the name of them, but you know because it be in the store window. Roy G. Biv in all the colors of the rainbow.
Hats galore.
Hats galore. Kim Styles. Compo clothing. It's so many.
It's Campo.
I say it like that for a reason, nigga. Don't steal my joy. So I think she went shopping in Hamtramck.
Henrietta Hatter, Detroit Trends.
Can we talk about those things high level? What you think about that overall, though, now?
You know, every time she was on the scene, I was like, that's a nice jacket. Oh, those nice glasses. Oh, that's nice. Because you got to represent Detroit fashion.
You got to represent Detroit fashion.
And they came with it. Even though the house didn't look like it was a Detroit house.
The house didn't. And some of the streets didn't look like it. But, you know, it's a budget.
Yes.
It's a budget. And I think if Queen Latifah, Mary J. Blige, and Missy Elliott had the budget, they would have did it.
I think they got it from Campo Clothing as I look deeper into
how you spell it there for the people ain't from Detroit?
Campau.
You know, Detroit got a lot of French influence
yes.
on their name. And the thing is, black people, we don't say it in a French accent.
No, we don't.
We just say it how phonetically. So you know,
there goes a church outfit right there.
They got a church, all white church outfits. If y'all just go Google Campo, I'm sorry, what do you say?
Campu.
I say Campo. Mm-hmm. Campu clothing. You gonna see this is where they got all the
Look at that.
This is a church robe.
Look at that church robe.
I love it. But let me go deeper in it.
Please, because we want to go limited.
I just want to talk about the one-liners of this film. Are you going to sing for the Lord or lay down for the devil? So when she got them out of that bed in the middle of the night because she heard a melody from heaven.
Mm-hmm.
I see you, Joe Jackson. A.K.A. Joe Jackson ain't got shit on Maddie Moss Clark. Remember they asked you, oh, you trying to be like the Jacksons? She said, the fucking Jacksons trying to be me. We better than the Jacksons. And I would agree because they can sing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Jacksons, they entertain, but the Clarks can sing. Next. When he said, when Miss Maddie Moss' sorry husband said, Clark, we're going to call him, he said, ambition don't look good on you. Mm. And I think I put this on Twitter. Some of y'all sitting next to some Clarks. When he said, ambition don't look good on you. What is that about with sorry ass men who do not want their women to, it's not even about being better than them, but they just don't want their women to shine. What is that? Like, that is something that has transcended generations.
Yeah.
Nero, speak on behalf of your gender.
Oh, what?
What day is it?
Baby, I want you to shine.
Why does sorry niggas do that?
Let's first by
she had to hide her gold records. Let me have a gold record. I'm gonna come out every day. It's gonna be in the bathroom so I can see it every day.
First, let's congratulate me by letting you shine.
First, you're wrong there. It's not anything you have let me do.
I kid.
Okay.
But first, like, can I get congratulations? Because I ain't trying to stop you shine.
Okay.
I ain't trying to stop you shine, baby.
I hope. Well, you're not.
Oh.
You see how Miss Maddie did? She got her shit. Got to get that nigga out of there.
She surely did.
Come on.
I don't know. I think it's a hard thing of it's ego and pride and everything else. And you know, the world has told us men that we need to be better than everybody, even our significant others.
Come on, Aaron. And then how he go into a rant of emotional and physical gaslighting when he told her she was useless. Nero, have you ever told me I was useless? I can show you better than I can tell you how useless I can be.
No.
I can really show you better than I can tell you. Because I don't even know if I could have took that calmly. And then when he go to put his hands on all of them, unholy thought moment. The Clark sisters, as to I am a thicker girl. I'm not sure. I'm thinking back to my childhood. My father's a smaller guy, much like the guy on television. Mm-hmm. I'm a bigger girl. And if I had 4 other bigger sisters and a mama, if he would have hit one of us, I think we would have fucked him up. And I'm just curious why that didn't happen. Or maybe it did happen, but they don't want no cases.
Oh.
I'm almost leaning towards they ain't want no case.
Maybe they didn't have enough time to put that in there. That maybe fell on the cutting room floor.
Them whooping his ass?
Yes.
I forgot who he hit, Jackie or who he hit, Denise. I forgot who that man hit. One. And it was like, oh Lord, no, did he? I said, oh bitch, get the stapler. Cause I'ma jump on the back, you jump on the front, and we ain't gonna lay off his ass till he begging to get out this house. We ain't gonna lay off of him. And we gonna beat his ass with all the tools that he said women's supposed to have. We gonna get all the pots and pans and the brooms and cast iron skillets in the house and whoop on his ass. You hear me? What? What's wrong with you?
All the cast iron skillets. And
we whooping his ass will be beat. We'll be banned from Koji. I don't know how the hierarchy work, but I'm assuming it's a hierarchy because men created it. We'll go into the room. They be like, "Did you whoop his ass?" I'm like, "Yes," and I'll do it again, Lord. They have to excuse me. Then I have to go join First Baptist down the street. Next, when Mama Maddie said, "Who you singing to?" Cats. Meow. When they come sing. The level of perfection that not only was expected but demanded at all times. Some of you whisper artists can learn from that. What you think Mama Maddie think about? Ooh, Lord, she went to the Glory. She went to Glory in 94. I would have loved to do an interview her with some of the whisper singers now. So Mama Maddie, what would be your advice? Who you singing to, a cat? Or would she be like, you might be able to sing. You might.
You might.
When she threw that shoe. I've never. Now I will say. Now I love Mama Maddie. Mama Maddie got some toxic behaviors. Now I ain't saying I'm saying this to kid, but she do got some toxic behaviors. I've been in a lot of choirs before. I've never had a shoe thrown at me, and I do think if the shoe would have left, I would have been the one like leaving. Like I'd be like, oh, ding dong. I had to leave. Near me, you got shoes thrown at you?
Yes.
I've never had a shoe thrown
I acquired
at
it
me.
right
In
there.
choir?
Yes.
In church or school?
School.
Or I don't say both. At school, that's even worse.
Yeah.
How they actually, I did have a science teacher no, he didn't throw it at us. He used to throw the eraser at the board to scare us. I think he used it as a scare tactic.
Well, yeah, like
how did it go with your
eventually, like at the first couple of times, you think she throwing at you, and then somebody be like, "Oh, she just gonna throw it at the wall."
But the wall is behind you. Anytime I have to duck, that's a threat to my safety.
Or like over your head and shit.
That's a threat to my safety. So Niram was like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." I said,
does.
"Nigga, that must be an East Side thing." I've never had a choir to have to throw anything in my direction because I'm calling my mama.
Oh, scary ass.
I am scary. And then what I was saying is, well, I already done talked about her fashion, her glasses. It was amazing. The singing. I hinted on the singing. Kiera Shear did that singing. What's her name? Lashea. All of them. I don't forgot the light skin girl. All of them. I'm going to need all of them. If they don't got their record deals, I need their record deals immediately. While all of you producers are playing online, tic-tac-toe, while you all doing talent shows online, you need to go look at the women who played these Clark sisters to see who the fuck you're going to sign next. Because they've been in blew all them whisper singers out the water.
Well, who to say they not singing gospel, not R&B?
The only one singing a gospel on there is Kiera Shear. The rest of them is up for it. And I think Kiera about to be up for it too.
Oh.
Okay. Any questions?
Because she do got a nice little run.
A nice run. Flip these girls in half. Like, could you even imagine standing next to them? You know how they do I'm imagining now the BET honors. And then Kiera Shear come up there with Ella May and her. Why? If I was her, I'm not coming up there.
Booed up.
Now I become a diva. I'm not going up there with Kiera. I go first.
It's gonna blow your ass up the fucking water.
You know that whispering make you feel like a child. And I know you ain't supposed to compare. Or I've been the type, if I'm one of them whisper singers, I just start, you just looking at somebody sing and you get caught up in they singing and you miss your line. And they such a good singer, they done sung your verse too. That's Kiera Shear.
Oh.
Kiera Shear got songs though. I've been rocking with Kiera Shear since she had the song called You Don't Know. You don't know the blessings that the Lord has bestowed upon me. Do you know Kiera Shear's songs, Nero?
No, I don't. I barely know any gospel songs, Landry.
Go get your phone because we're going to introduce them to Kiera Shear and the greatness that is Kiera Shear. Put some respect on her. She's our generation of it.
I don't listen to gospel.
It ain't about... Do you hear? See, Nero's acting like he ain't from Detroit. And he don't know who the Clark sisters is.
I know who the Clark sisters are.
Speaking of the Winans, you hear the Winans done got ill too. Don't do that. Nero's about to say something real hateful. I think BB, his brother, and his mama done got a little sick. And I was just like, Lord, it's too much. I'm trying to see what else I'm going to talk about in there. Nero, what you think? I'm just running my mouth.
I thought it was a good movie. It definitely had some parts in there that I was like, what the hell going on here?
What the hell is going on down there?
What the hell is going on? Mm-hmm. I think when old girl sold her publishing for Lincoln.
Help me, Lord. Did you say for Lincoln?
And that's why her mom was like, you need me. I don't need you.
That mama read her for filth. The mama was a little toxic.
Because she's slow in the brain.
You look like a woman. You talk like a woman. You sing like a woman. But your mind is a child. Don't you follow me. God, that would make me cry. And the thing was, that was so tough. I know that was something real. That was something they ain't never forget.
Yeah.
You ain't think now.
Oh, absolutely.
That ain't hurt your feelings.
It made me laugh a little bit.
Don't know. It ain't about laughing there.
Oh, it was tough though. It was tough.
She was right though.
Yeah, but I was like, damn, a Lincoln?
Yeah.
Out of all this shit, and that white man was all sneaky.
Yeah. He knew exactly what the hell he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you ready to hear this Kiera Shear? So this is the old school Kiera Shear.
Okay, what you got for me?
For y'all don't know, it's called You Don't Know. I don't even know what year this came out. It probably came out really a while ago. Niram is playing.
Okay.
Turn it down. You know.
Okay, because niggas.
That's that original Kiera Shear. So that's the baby, the one who's in the movie today. This is when she was young.
I can remember my mother
This is the
told
band.
me.
I don't even know what year this
Let
came out.
no one speak for me.
And then pause it. Then she got a new one with Sir the Baptist. Type in Sir the Baptist, Nero.
Who the hell is Sir the Baptist?
I think
Is he a gospel? Is he a
he's
trap?
trap gospel. I don't listen to
Is
trap
he
gospel.
trap gospel? Your favorite?
I don't listen to trap gospel at all. Only reason he got a little bit of a play was because Kiera was in it. And you know who else was in there?
Ooh.
You know that guy who what is it called? He'd be doing those skits on Instagram.
I don't know.
You absolutely do. It's called Showing Out. He'd be like Carlton, not Carlton Banks.
No.
And he the one be doing those.
What kind of music do you like?
Real up to date gospel music that allow me to.
You don't know about this man.
No.
Lily, what kind of music do
Lily
you
and
like?
them.
Real
Oh.
up to date gospel music that allow me to.
Let it go. This bang.
Queens, it's time to cross
Yeah,
over.
this trap gospel.
Today I folded my hands over you, shed a few tears and thank God for you. See, I tried giving love in the past, but I guess he was saving the best for
Take me to the
last.
room.
Oh God, just show it out.
So that's the most up to date. But like even just in her intro, the voice is stronger than any of your faves. Any of them.
But she
Even the
singing
popular
R&B, though.
faves. She's not R&B. She could be R&B if she wanted to. But the other woman on there is just as good too. But yeah, check out Kiera Shear if you want to support her. I'm trying to see the other shit that happened in the movie. So are we ready to talk about the treatment of black women in the black church or no? Or does that need to be a whole ass episode?
Hell, the treatment of black women in America, period.
I know, but we're honing in on the black church where we basically held that bitch up by our breast and kept you niggas aboard and you still not grateful for it. Well, I'm just going to say the thing. Just, where do you begin? From...
It's happening now. What you doing?
I know. From them kicking her out of because she participated in the Grammys, but meanwhile on a ranch, her husband whooping their ass. Like, it's sickening, and I do think it needs to be a whole episode. But just put a pin in just the treatment of black women in the black church.
Okay.
When Miss Maddie was like, "I raised my kids, now it's not time for you to do the same." When Denise came with all them children,
Mama, can you watch these kids?
hell no. And she said it with a clean face.
Show, dude.
Speaking of Clark sisters, so I think I just put two and two together. Did Jackie maintain her nurse job
Yes.
through?
Jackie Clark probably still a nurse.
Jackie was like, "Listen, I don't know if this is gonna come through or not. I need my bills paid." I don't know if it's gonna work. Why was Jackie doing that?
Because money was funny back then. If your sister over here,
But Jackie worked full-time jobs. First of all, bump job, went to school, passed all her tests, got hired, and then worked
yes, and travel.
and traveled and came up with new songs and was singing and throwing down.
Yeah.
Are we kidding? What? Was it Jackie or Dorinda? I forgot. One of us, they worked the whole time.
It's Jackie, I think.
Mine is blown. Can we talk about resilience? And honestly, Jackie has some of the least of the talkback. If we're organizing the sisters by talkback,
Look, in addition to singing with the Clark sisters, Clarksism soon emerged as a formidable leader in business.
yes,
She became a spokesperson for a group managing promotion,
look at her.
corresponding public relations, interviews, and then all while earning
a nursing degree, a LPN,
a licensed nurse practitioner.
and then helped establish the Dr. Maddie Moss Clark Conservatory of Music, and an administrator of the school
Yes.
where she developed the curriculum.
Yes, and organized workshops and trained hundreds
Jackie
of
do
students.
not get her damn due diligence.
And she is
Wow.
spokesperson for the American Diabetes Association.
And I know her husband just
And
passed
New York
away.
Life
Her
Insurance.
husband just passed away last year too. Glenn, I think his name is. So I might have to reorder the list of my favorite Clark sisters. Jackie's at the top right now.
And she was instructor of the Red Cross, American Red Cross for 10 years.
And a bachelor's degree in family life education and psychology. And plans to open a counseling center. Jackie, I stand. Jackie might be my new favorite Clark sister. Used to be Twinkie.
Mm-hmm.
Twinkie's still my girl, but Twinkie. Anyway. Next, y'all see I put on Twitter, we're going to start the book club. Adult children of emotionally immature parents. That's all of them too. We're going to line them up. I don't know. Praying the disease away. You can't do it. We already talked about when Mama Maddie ate that pork rind. Like the Lord said he took care of it. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Classic back funerals. Why y'all start pulling out receipts talking about I ain't go this way and hit this television? You ain't had to pull out the receipts with them girls falling out by that limo. They ain't want to relive that. That was transparent enough to let you know they was on shaky ground. But now you niggas bringing out receipts?
They had to be transparent. It's public information. They was going to hide that?
They was going to sit in the front row holding hands. It ain't
they was going to hide that?
And then why everybody talking about finally Karen done spoke up, honey? She was ready to nuck and buck on 7 Mile. Why Denise coming in with all them 7 kids? She was on the program. But why they always highlight that? Denise and her 7 kids. Damn. We know Denise got a lot of children. You know, I do be wondering sometimes when people have more than 3 children by 3 different people. Not that you can't. Mm-hmm. I just be wondering, when do you get done? And it ain't that you can't have sex. I think I'm just curious of why you ain't use a condom. So, like, you know, because I know certain religions believe in no premarital sex and no, what's it called, like protection. But if you already done broke one rule,
why not break all of them for the sake of your
health? That's the sense that don't make to me. So I think that's why me sometimes Denise be in left field. And I don't know if y'all look on YouTube. I looked at it years ago. Like they have this whole thing about Denise because she was saying like they ousted her. And I believe it. And I think they kind of said it here. I mean, I think they did a PC the way they did on here. Mm-hmm. But I can see if you get that mixed with the Holy Ghost and they get the scripture and get to hollering, yeah, they'll use all types of scriptures to put you on the outs and make you feel bad and all that type of stuff.
But she was living a hot girl summer though.
She was living I would say that is a nice combination of everybody. Everybody was wrong in Denise's situation. Denise was a hot girl summer, not out here using no hot girl protection, out here trying to live life. And I get it, you have to live life. But sis, come on. Come on, sis. We about to be on the record doing millions. And you up here with your 6th kid. Which one is better? So it was a lot of that. Maddie Moss had that leash and that neck grip so tight on Denise, she suffocated. I think it's a fair balance of like instilling fear and respecting your kids, but also you have to give them room to grow and develop and crash and burn too. To an extent, like it is a great balance. And the thing is, all your children are different. So that balance, that give and take is going to look very different with each child compared to the other girls, right? I think the other girls were a little bit more easier. Like Denise is just, her energy was just different. Her energy was just completely different than other girls.
I also felt like they kind of portrayed them as a little slow.
All of them?
Yes.
I don't think they were slow. I see what you're saying. I don't think they were slow, but I think they were really engulfed in the Koji beliefs, in standing your place, in never to talk back to your parents, respecting your elders. And I think that comes off like this ain't adding up.
Yes.
Because I think our generation would be like, listen, mama, I love you so much, but we can't do this, right? Like it's just some of the stuff. I even think when it came to the mother's illness, right? Like, I'm not even talking about where you just fighting to assert your authority. I'm talking about when the tables have shifted and mama is literally laying on her deathbed talking about, I want better made. Right. Nobody was like, no. Like nobody was willing to almost be that bad guy. But I think that's what comes in respectability politics and religion and things of that nature, where no matter the situation, the power dynamic can never shift. Or is, as a black parent, if you ever give power to your kids, it's then as if you're bad.
Gotta let that shit go.
If you're a bad parent,
like you
so
had
I don't
the
think
trauma
they were
too.
slow. I think they were just playing up to that.
Black parents gotta let that shit go because they didn't got that trauma. And you instill that trauma
into them,
and then they always putting that guilt. Well, you only got one mama. I'm on my deathbed. I want better made. No,
somebody should have been like, "That's when we need a Niecy to be like, nah."
Ain't get no damn better made.
No better made. I think Karen whispered on the way out, you get some applesauce. You get no better made now.
But they always trying to put that damn get on you. You only got one mama.
I understand.
She bad. Horrible.
You say you bad.
Shit.
Like Mabel. You bad.
Shit.
So I do think some of that mama, because I think they were like tiptoeing or walking on the eggshells, which I think was a lot of households back in that day. So that's what Donald Trump trying to make America great again and get to that. So I think that played a little bit. Also, I think that also was a different vision into Detroit at that time, because I think Detroit, everybody thought the girls was hot girl summers, but it was some like Detroit is a breeding ground. It's not. It's a hot spot for like black religion and black church and like mega. Whatever.
I'm for real. Like,
I'm talking about like national churches, right? Like national, like epicenters of like spirituality too. So I don't think that story is always told either. And I do think the folks who were super, super deep in church had a very different lifestyle than the folks who wasn't. I think that during that time frame had two different lived experiences. And I think this movie highlights that too. What's your thoughts on that?
I agree. Like I was just saying, you talking about on a larger scale, but I would say just on a variety of scales. Like I said, just look at your family.
Yeah.
Like
you got a half a crew who was in them streets.
There was in them streets.
SKs in them streets.
And you got the other half that's in the church
all day.
Deacons
all day.
Pastors
all day.
Running their own churches and shit.
All day. And it's just two different lived experiences.
Right.
Now outcomes might have been the same. Don't ask the outcome, honey. But no, we got killers, dealers, and everything else in the family.
Yeah.
On both sides.
But I think that's also has to do with that Southern influence.
True.
With a lot of them migrating from the South.
True.
And like religion being that backbone.
True. I think that was interesting. I think it highlighted mother-daughter relationships and really how do you work through that tension?
Because now we always trying to figure out the father-son and relationships.
Black mothers and black daughters.
But black daughters and black mamas got the same amount of shit.
Yeah. And it's almost like this thing that you have to work over or through. But if you don't work through it, it's hard. I definitely think Mama Maddie and Denise had something. I think they were just so much like each other. That can be hard too. Seeing that, I thought that was beautifully done. That funeral when they was about to knuck him. But ain't that all black funerals though? Like I'm almost numb to that. Like that's almost like background noise. When people show up at funerals, then when I was young, I was like, oh, people do this. Now I'm like, child.
I'm just trying to figure out who
I think on my Twitter, I was like, speak your piece. Like you almost better when people are doing that to not bring them down.
No.
Like you're like, speak your piece, sweetie.
Say what you got to say.
Say what you got. Wrap it up. Because honestly, the more energy you give them,
the more they going to try to.
But if you just let them do it, and like at the end, you do this.
They ain't got no power.
It's different.
Sit your ass down.
Even when I was like, there she go. But I think in real life, she was on the program and stuff like that. But I think the difference is, I think the extra she did is, she did like this whole sermon, which was bomb, right? Because all of them blessed and highly favored. They all have the gift of like ministering and all that. Right. But the thing, I think she was on there just to give a 2-minute remark. And she ended up giving like a 15-minute speech.
Yeah.
And ma'am, guess what? You weren't supposed to be on here for 15 minutes, right? So I think that's where the tension came from.
That's my mama.
Yeah, and it's like, listen. Like, so I think that kind of the long story, how it came, and they had to, you don't got 15 minutes in the movie. So they had to make it work where it could. The only thing, I wish it would have been longer, right? I think they spent that last like 40 minutes of like after Mama Maddie died. Like, I feel like when Mama Maddie died, after that funeral scene, they should have stopped. And then the next day, we should have another 2 hours. And then I think it would have been fine. Because we don't talk about how, like, Twinkie has her path. Karen has her path. The Jackie has her path. We don't dive into what, like, Niecy was doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? We could have took time to kind of almost go, like, give every sister, like, a good 15 or so minutes. Yeah. And then bring it together at the end.
Yeah, when they had that album back together.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the only thing I was missing. But I'm assuming budget, right? Like, it take a lot to do with a 5-hour movie. Like, that's a lot of money. I don't care if you on Lifetime or YouTube. So I'm just charging it to like resources. But I think if they would have had like a part 2, a good 2 hours, not even 2.5, 2 hours, give each sister 10 to 15 minutes, and then that last 20, 30 minutes is bringing everything back together. I think that would have been icing. Y'all know whose story I want to see? And if you thought this Clark Sisters was spicy, James Cleveland. Can we have his biopic?
Which one was James
Cleveland, honey. Whoa!
Is that the one
and tell all the truths.
The one that brothers was dating the same woman?
But I don't know if the church is ready for a James Cleveland story because it's a lot. Okay? That man lived from the 30s to the 90s. And when I tell you he had a lot of shit going on, he had a lot of shit going on. But I don't know if the black church is ready. Just like the black church weren't ready to face some of the stuff the Clark Slisters did. And that's why I said I appreciate them being transparent because they didn't have to be that transparent. Even like, again, I know we brushed on this. Twinkie was in that hospital because she lost herself when her mama died. There's a lot of folks who lose themselves when their parents die or anybody die or just some don't happen their way. I think it was Dee who almost had that suicidal thoughts. Wanted to give her life up, but turned it around. Like, you know, songs just hit different when you know people done went through something. Like I said, Karen was on her deathbed. They didn't think she was going to make it. Like, it's just
a 2-minute time.
Yes. So it was just, I all that could have been fleshed out more for me. All that could have been fleshed out for me. But I thought it was beautiful. I recorded it. I'm probably going to watch it at least once a week for the next month. I talked a lot. Niram, what's your thoughts?
No, I think I interspersed some of my thoughts in there. It was a great movie. It was done. It was entertaining.
Wasn't it good?
It was just a good movie.
The thing is, they got a lot more life to live.
You
like,
know,
they not done. I don't assume that, like, I'm not going to hear from the Clark sisters again.
No.
Like, they still got a lot of life to live.
Right. They were just singing that Aretha Franklin.
And singing good. Can we talk about that?
They still got it.
They sound like the record still.
Yes.
And casually, they just come up. Wow, I'm like, whoa, you could just stand up and do that.
Well, I ain't sung in a while.
Wow.
And I'm singing, I'm swinging,
And you know they be had sauce about. I ain't sung in so long.
I ain't sung in so long. Let me see if I got.
I got it. I've never lost it.
No, but I think it was done well. It's one of the best biopics on Lifetime so far.
Yes, absolutely. Black one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because they did Leah wrong.
Why did they do a story
I
on
don't
Aaliyah?
know.
Like, not on older. Like, I think they now should be doing a story on Aaliyah. It was way too soon.
Yeah.
And that Michael, no one's going to do a good job on Michael Jackson until they get approval from the Jackson estates. No. I really just want them to do an American Dream part, like volume 2. So until you get the, just like, also, I'm sorry. Did you see they try to slide in that Whitney Houston doc?
Yeah.
Let Nippy rest. I don't think I'm watching it.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. I done seen them all. I done seen the alleged authorized one. The one it ain't authorized. Let Nippy R.I.P.
But you ain't seen a biopic done by Lifetime.
It wasn't a biopic or was it a documentary?
It was a documentary.
I don't see that. Leave Nippy alone.
So now we need a biopic.
We already did the biopic.
But Lifetime ain't do it.
I would have paid to see this one though. The Clark says I would have paid to see it.
Yeah, it was good. It was definitely.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Whew. Y'all let us know how you like it. Oh my goodness. I know we talk about Miss Maddie. Who is the woman who played her? I'm going to call her Miss Ellis because I'm going to mess up her name. It's Anjouan. Aunjanue. Anjouan Ellis. Mm-hmm. The woman who played Miss Maddie Moss. Give her damn Emmy now.
Yeah, she
when I say she looked like her, she talked like her, she had the mannerisms. She elevated everyone on that screen.
She did.
Like, no, whoever was in a movie, like, I shouldn't be surprised. She was the one who played in the Book of Negroes, Book of Niggas, shout out to my mama. 12 Books of Niggas, shout out to my mama. Mm-hmm. Y'all know, y'all know. Birth of a Nation, if Bill Street Could Talk, When They See Us. She's tipping on legend status to me. She's tipping. She only got 3 more movies to be in and she's in there.
You said 3 more movies.
She needs 3 more movies and she's going to be a legend to me. Because every time I've seen her, she's come on that screen and first of all, she's played all age groups.
Yeah.
I don't know how old she is.
I don't either.
Not sure. In her anywhere between 30 and 60. Actually, not sure.
Let me see.
Not sure how old that woman is, but she's played all the roles. She's played all parts of the diaspora. And she's played all generations. She's played from the 1800s all the way to 1994. She's 51. Never would have known it. San Francisco. Okay.
Bay Area, stand up.
Where is a wrinkle? Is there any wrinkle? I don't see wrinkles.
No.
She's amazing. Neil's reading her biopic. She went to Tougaloo College, Brown University, New York University MFA. So she is an actor. Mm-hmm. She a part of Delta Sigma Theta. Mm-hmm. She was born in San Francisco. Grandmother from Macomb, Mississippi. She's sickening. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what else to say about her. I just want to make sure she deserves an Emmy.
She do.
She deserves a damn Emmy. Close us out there.
As always, to submit your Black Love story, go to blacklovematters.com. To submit a question for Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us an email, blacklovematters@gmail.com. Remember, that's black with no K. And to leave a comment about anything we talked about, we got that SoundCloud and we got that voicemail, and that's at 508-784-1111. That's 508-784-1111. Talk to y'all later. And remember, love is ever evolving. Peace.
Blessed and highly favored.